They just let him in. They just took the alcohol and they let him in. I was like, if it was another shelter, they would have turned him away and said, no, you know better than to not bring that. Like, there's too much that goes on. It's too busy. There's too much people. It's not even cleansly to say that I don't know how they prevent germs and people getting sick, because they don't even clean properly, because people have food in their beds. They don't get out of bed. Like, some people will sleep all day, and they'll sleep all day, every day. Like, because you don't have to leave. Some shelters, they make you leave to be productive, get a job, make sure that you're trying to get out of the situation. Nope. This place lets you stay there all day, let you sleep there all day. They let you have people have all of their belongings. So they have, like, their bunk beds set up, like, with drawers with their belongings. I don't know if they have drawers, but they have tubs of their clothes. They have all of this stuff. And it's just like, I get it, because I looked up the video to see what it looked like. I wish I never saw that. In the video, it said 4 years ago, there was a suspicious death that happened there. And they said that they were investigating because it was suspicious. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that at all. Then this lady dropped off elderly women. That were going to stay there. And I guess the workers started screaming at them. And she's like, I couldn't believe how they were treating these women that were homeless. She was like, I can't believe they're treating them like this. These women are homeless and you're screaming at them. Mind you, when we first got there, like, the security seemed like they were assholes. I'm not going to lie. They have one lady that runs the front desk, and it took us almost an hour to sign in. It was too much. I said, no, I'm never coming back. Because then I have to stand and wait for them to, like, check off, like, my bed. Because you have to be like, hey, I'm here. Like, and then they have to, thank you for the gift boards. Then they have to, you have to let them know that you're signing in for your bed. And it's just too much of a hassle. Like, you don't even know how these shelters are until you stay there, and literally requesting or putting up this stuff like saying, help your local shelters, or they've got resources. It's so tone deaf for people to say to be grateful when some of these shelters literally are dangerous. Like, anybody could go in there with anything. I mean, the security does search bags and stuff, but you don't know who, like, you really don't know. And you're like, there's a men's side, and then there's a women's side, and then there's for couples, and there's probably for families. I wouldn't know. I don't think families stay there. But even the police warned us when we had that raid, and they were trying to find a place for us to stay until they figured the situation out. They said the West Side shelter is not for women. It's not safe. And to me, that is crazy to even have a shelter running that you know is not safe, but you have it running. If the police is telling you it's not safe, it's not safe. Like, if the police are saying, hey, this shelter is really not safe, it's really not safe. Like, I would advise some of y'all to check in there and then stay there, okay? And then you'll really be humbled when you realize. Because I am so pissed off. I get so frustrated when people say that people are being picky, or that they're not grateful enough, or that they need to just no, because we shouldn't have to live in conditions like that. If the city and the state has all this freaking funding, why don't they put funding into having better homeless shelters for people, instead of shelters that are unaliving people with disgusting, nasty food that has been sitting since 2005. You can't be serving cans of beans from 2005 and say that's not a health hazard. That's a health hazard. Like, imagine serving a can of beans to people from 2005 and be like, yum, yum, yum. Like, if you want to eat that, what makes you think somebody else would eat that? Like, what makes you think? And it's the fact of, like, telling people to donate to local shelters. Please look into your local shelters before you donate. Some of these people don't even get the resources that you're donating to. So let's be for real. Like, I hate when so you know who was like, donate to your local shelters. Yeah, donate to your local shelters so the homeless people don't get the items and the resources that they need. Do you know how much stuff that Joy Junction has stocked up? Like women's menstrual pads and stuff, that they were stingy. They didn't give you what you needed. They only gave you like 2 pads and said, here, you got to get the rest on your own. And people are literally donating these resources for people to use it. This guy, Jeremy Reynolds, I don't talk bad about the dead, but he was sitting on $11 million and people were still sleeping on mats on the floor in the same place that they ate, which is like the kitchen area. But then what they do is they have one tiny room for men. It's one small tiny room for men, and they only have like 12 mats, or probably a little more than that. And that's the little space that men get. And then women have this space, and then it's families. And it's so crazy to me. You're telling people to donate to the same place that doesn't even provide anything that people need there. Yes, if you come late, sometimes if they have no room, they'll say, hey, we'll give you a motel voucher because we're out of space. They literally have a thrift store. They have a thrift store on property that they make people that stay there pay. The people that stay on at the shelter have to pay at this thrift store for things like for clothes. If you want a voucher, they give you a clothing voucher, and you have to walk to this thrift store off property, which is not a far walk, mind you. It's by the bus stop, and then you have to get clothes there. But the thrift store on property, they charge you. You have to pay for that. It's not free. Like, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. You're sending people to this other thrift store, mind you, where it's everybody can shop there. It's not even like for the homeless people. Like, this is a public thrift store where everybody goes. Mind you, people are probably not going to find clothes in their sizes because the people that live in that neighborhood are probably shopping at this thrift store that is selling their t-shirts 10 cents a t-shirt. And you're expecting people to find clothes when you could just use the thrift store on your property as the thrift store that you send people for the voucher to go get clothes and stuff. Because people are donating the clothes for people to get it and you're not giving it to them. They literally are keeping all of the toys in one gigantic building. And they're literally, let me tell you something. They're like the Grinch of toys. They have all these toys hoarded in one building, and they don't even, whenever the kids ask for a toy, they might give it to them occasionally, but they're not even giving kids any toys. Like, people are donating this stuff and it's just sitting there to collect dust. And if it was me and I was running this shelter, I wouldn't have a shelter where literal kids are not receiving toys. Like, these kids have no place to live. It would be nice for them to have something to play with while they're there. But you're like hoarding this stuff. And to sit here and be like, oh, well, please look into your shelters before you just start slamming your money down. Because you think you're helping, but the money's not even going to help anybody. And that money people was donating to Joy Junction was only helping Jeremy Reynolds' pockets. It was not because he was helping the homeless. He was helping himself. And a lot of people hated him. Dad was going to do business with him, mind you. When my dad had his business, I've heard from so many homeless people say they've never liked Jeremy Reynolds. They hate Joy Junction. They didn't like the people working there. They hate him. And this is coming from people that actually stayed there. And it's like, if you were out in the streets talking to these homeless people and you asked them about Joy Junction, you would probably get a negative reaction. And mind you, I would ask people first before I started donating my money anywhere, because you ain't gonna tell me that you have money coming in, like money coming in. Mind you, he had 11 million, and you still have people sleeping on mats on the floor. And the people that are in a program get a room with a bed. You have families sleeping on mats on the floor. They didn't remodel anything until COVID hit. They had no choice, because obviously you can't have people sleeping on floors on mats, not quarantined, because they could be transmitting COVID. They had no choice. They had no choice but to renovate it, because if not, it was going to be a spread fest of COVID, because you have the mats close to each other. Well, not really, really close, but on the floor. That's not even going to keep you warm if you're sleeping on a mat on the floor, which is not even like, it is not even carpet. It's literally like a hardwood floor. It's like tile, or I can't remember what the floor is, but like in a kitchen, like a cafeteria. No one's going to keep warm, and especially if people go in and out and open the door. Then they give people these measly little medical blankets. You could have got some really nice heavy duty blankets. And this is not just a complaining. This is not being ungrateful. This is saying just what people's needs are. Seriously. They pride themselves in forcing people to take showers, which I do understand, because they want people to be clean. They say if you're staying there, you have to take a shower at night. When you come in, it's required you take a shower. I understand that. But then you have things like, they have rolls of toilet paper sitting up on the thing. Somebody could just walk off with the roll of toilet paper. Like the pads. And I, like I said, when I was in high school, I interned there to help serve. So they literally told us about everything they were doing there. Plus, I know from when I was in elementary school, my mom stayed there. Like, I know this stuff. But it just pisses me off. It just bothers me. Thank you for the gift points. That people don't see the main issues. Like, it just bothers me. It just literally pisses me off that people think that telling y'all to donate to a shelter is the best thing. Hold on, because Hold on. Like, telling people to donate to the local shelters, you gotta be careful.
Grab your soda. You have soda in your can?
Yeah. Just go to the back. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get off. I don't know what's going on. I think I know what's going on, but so I'll be going live twice. Tomorrow, I think I'll be going live twice. So I'll be going live more often now. There's something exciting. I can't say anything, but anyways, despite what people think, I know just how Albuquerque is. It's a shitty place. But anyways, I gotta go. Have a good day or night where you guys are. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for liking, gifting, commenting, watching, subscribing, all of that stuff. I gotta get going. Bye guys. Have a good night. See you guys later.